2024, paper 2, question 7. This is a hypothesis test for a proportion, so we'll end up having to do a confidence interval. In 2020, PK Hotels were rated the best hotel chain in Europe by 75% of their customers. So that's their claim. In 2024, PK Hotels carried out a survey on a random sample of 1,000 of their customers, that's N, to see if that percentage had changed, so if it had changed from 75%. Of these, 765 out of the 1,000 rated the hotel chain as the best in Europe. So that's P hat, 765 over 1,000. Carry out a hypothesis test at the 5% level of significance to see if this shows a change in the percentage of their customers who rated them as the best in Europe. State your null and alternative hypothesis, state your conclusions, and give a reason for your answer. Okay, so the null hypothesis is that P, the proportion, is equal to 75%, so that the proportion of customers who rated PK Hotels as the best hotel chain in Europe was 75%. The alternative would be that the proportion is not equal to 75%. So the proportion of customers who rated PK Hotels as the best in Europe was not 75%, or you could say it was different from 75%. That could mean it's higher or it's lower, but it's just different. Okay, so we have to set up a confidence interval then, given that it's for a proportion. So the true proportion would lie between P hat minus the margin of error and P hat plus the margin of error. So P hat was 765 all over 1,000, or the decimal, that's 0.765. Okay, so you can write it as fractions or decimals, doesn't matter. Your margin of error E for 5% significance is the same as 95% confidence. So that's minus 1.96 by the square root of 0.765 by 1 minus P hat 0.765 all over N, which is 1,000. And your upper threshold will be your P hat plus the 1.96 by the root of P hat by 1 minus P hat all over N. That eventually tidies up to be 0.7388, goes on forever, and 0.7912. So that's your lower and your upper threshold. So if we look at our null hypothesis, it was 0.75, 75%. 0.75 lies in between the upper and the lower threshold, so it lies within the confidence interval. That would mean that we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So my conclusion, I fail to reject H0. There is insufficient evidence at the 5% level of significance to reject the company's claim. Therefore, we're accepting the company's claim. The percentage has not changed. So the percentage still remains at 75% as the best rated hotel chain in Europe. Reason for your choice, 0.75 lies within the confidence interval.